Hey everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life, and I'm here with another process video. Today I'm doing a layout about my whole heart, so about my boys, and what I'm doing right now is doing some spray misting with my little spritz spray I got from, I think I got it from Stamping Up, and it's kind of opaque color, it kind of just blends in, and of course because the background is a craft color, it really just kind of has this light little sheen of shimmer on it, and so you can't really see it very much, but it is there. And that part was for the Victoria Marie Facebook group challenge. She posts challenges normally about twice a week. She does a Wednesday challenge and then a weekend challenge, and I believe this was for like last like 2 weeks ago or something. So I'm a little behind on my challenges because I wasn't able to scrap for most of April. I got a few done in April, but all of February there was no scrapping for me, so I'm a little bit behind. And what you're seeing right now is I'm just backing the big picture, and this is a picture of Sean and myself on some My Mind's Eye Lost and Found pattern paper. So both the pink striped and the kind of cream colored, it's got a bit of a flower texture to it, but it's very light. And the cream matched perfectly with the stripes in the craft paper for the background. And that background paper, along with this pretty flowered floral paper, is from Crate Paper's Close Knit. So it's an older collection, but I still have a lot of it. I have a whole 12 by 12 paper palette that I kind of forgot I even had. So I was looking through my stuff and I'm like, I've got this, I gotta use it because I love the collection. So I end up using both of those, and I chose this floral paper because of the yellow in it. And there's the picture of Jackson. I don't know how easy you can see it in the video, but he's wearing a yellow shirt. So that's where I got the yellow from, and then my shirt I'm wearing pink. So that's kind of where my colors came from. Sean just wears black, so that is great for doing any sort of scrapbooking with Sean wearing black. It's fantastic. But he always wears his red 49ers hat. So I just either try and cut it off as much as possible to where the brim of the hat is black, or I just pretend like it's not there because I don't use a lot of red. But here you see me just adding a few layers. I'm trying to tie in I do two clusters, so the one with the big picture and then the one with the two smaller pictures, and those are where most of my clusters get put. And so what I'm doing now is I have these two leftover clear, I think they're meant for like Project Life to stick into the pocket pages, and I do Project Life, but I decided that I wanted to cut them up and use them in a different way. And I actually use that one instead of UR. I just cut off the UR and I title this My Whole Heart because they definitely are, they fill my heart. So that's my title, and I loved that, I didn't even have to use any thickers. I got to save them and use them for another project, and I love when I get to do stuff like that. So you see me do this, and I'm going to do some stitching for them that's how I keep them to stay. I know you can use some glue and you won't really see it, but it bothers me. I can still see it, so I just decided to do some stitching instead. And I really like the way that turned out. And then you can see right there's my stitching. And of course, the great trick of making sure that nothing falls out or gets stuck or anything is to use your washi tape and then trim whatever the excess is. And I know we all do it, but it's still a great thing to show just in case there's one person out there that hasn't known that trick yet. And there I am. And so now you're going to see me build some layers and play around and look at some stuff and decide how I want to work around. This layout took me a long time because I couldn't quite decide how I wanted it to look, where I wanted things to go. So it was a bit of a process for me. Normally I am like, oh, this will be perfect here, and I just leave it there and it goes there. But other than the fact that I cut up those two pieces with the hearts to go on the photos, I had no idea where this layout was going to go. And I really wanted to use that the feather wood veneer, and I just didn't know how to do it, so it does eventually get on the page, but I play around with where I want it to go for a long time. But one thing I knew for sure is that that top cluster needed one more element, and I liked the idea of it being kind of a softer element, so I just added my washi tape that it's a white, and then the rest of it's actually just completely clear. So it's there, but it's very subtle, and that's exactly the effect I liked. And then I knew it needed to have some washi in the other places as well. So I'm testing if I want to do the gold or the silver. And at first I do the silver because I decided that's what I wanted to do. But then I switch it back to the gold because I add some gold elements that I didn't realize I was going to add at the time. So you're going to see me kind of play around with that. And you see my little bowl with all the embellishments I thought maybe I could use. So anyways, maybe I can talk about the picture. So these pictures are about Jackson's very first swing ride. We live close, like walking distance to 3 different parks. And it's fantastic because if one park's really busy, we can just walk to another one. And normally one of them will be a little bit calmer, if not have like no one there. So it works really well. And this was one of the days that I think there was one kid playing on the slide, but other than that, the park was completely free. And so we just put him in there, and we didn't really move him very much, just a little to see if he liked it. And he loved it. He just kind of hung out, and he liked the breeze in his face, and he was just one happy little boy. And this was done in April of 2014, so he was 3 months old at the time. I think he was about 3 months old. Sorry, my math in my mind just doesn't work. So he's still quite young, but he loved it. And now when we go to the park, it's his absolute favorite thing to do is go on the swings. You could just put him on the swings for an hour and he'd be happy. So I loved it. And it was a story I was thinking about telling, about the story of his first swing ride, but I had already kind of documented it in Project Life, and so I just kept thinking back and forth, like, do I want to do it that way, or like I just didn't know. So instead of doing it about the swing ride, which is what the pictures are, I decided to write some really, really personal and long journaling about how they affect my life and how I'm just so thankful to have these amazing guys in my life. And so, but it's personal journaling, and I didn't really want anyone else to read it unless, you really wanted to. I'm okay if people read it, but I just, for public eye, it'd be more if someone was flipping through and was like, oh, let me read this. So I hide it, and this is me showing you how I hide it. I just put it in a glassine bag, and then I probably could have stitched it if I had thought about it correctly, but it's fine. I just used some really strong adhesive and then some washi tape, and that will make sure that it gets nice and stuck, and will slide into the page protector without a problem. And so that's how I hid my journaling, and it's a little tight, so it's not probably something I'm going to take in and out all the time, but it's fine because it's not something you would pull out all the time, so you'd have to really want to read it in order to pull it out. But it is there, and so if anyone does want to read it, you can. So I kind of liked how I did that. And the love you little tag you see next to the picture of Jackson and myself, that is from Create Paper Kiss Kiss collection, and the love you is in the gold. So that's where that gold got pulled through. And then I just add some more kind of ephemera, and that is from Maggie Holmes, and it's from the Oh Darling collection, I believe. So all of the ephemera you see me doing right now is all from the same collection, and I just kind of grabbed pieces I thought worked well, and just for kind of the final little touches. And I added a little bit more yellow right at the bottom to kind of tie in with the fact that I'm using a yellow heart, and there's yellow in little bits and pieces everywhere, so it was just another way to tie in the yellow. And then I used the April, and I don't know if I show it on camera, but I do add 2014, and the way I use that is with the Dear Lizzie, what is it called? Dear Lizzie, I think it's just Dear Lizzie. I don't know what the actual collection is called. It doesn't say on here, but it's just her words in the gold with the white. It's white and then the gold lettering, and I really love it. So I used that for when I title it 2014. And then I just add this really cute brad with a heart in it into the middle of the O, and I thought it was the perfect little thing along with the yellow heart. And I believe I'm really close to the end. So I just want to thank everyone so much for watching, and I'll see everyone next time. Bye!